Okay, now we are going to start with the next topic, which is Newton's first law of motion. Newton, Sir Isaac Newton, he was one of the greatest scientists that the world of physics has seen. He has given lots of very important concepts and lots of very important theories, and his own physics is known as Newtonian mechanics. That has led to the discovery of many great things. So Newton also gave laws of motion, and here we are going to discuss about Newton's first law of motion, which states that a body continues to be in a state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line until or unless an external force acts upon it. What does it mean? That a body, if a body is in a state of rest, it will continue to be in a state of rest. And if a body is in motion, it will continue to be in motion unless we ourselves apply some external force to change that state. For example, if a ball is on the table or if a book is on the table, it will continue to remain there forever. It will not want to change its position. And if a ball is rolling on the ground, it will keep on rolling. It would want to keep on rolling unless we supply some external force. If you want that ball to stop, if this is a ball and it is continue rolling, obviously this ball will only stop if we apply some force from here or from here. So this is the basic theory of this law, this example that states that a body will continue to be in state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line until and unless we supply or apply some external force on it. So you might have now observed that this law is quite similar to that observation that Galileo gave. So why is this law called Newton's first law of motion, and why not Galileo's law? Because yes, it is true, it is right that Newton basically used Galileo's foundation or the foundation of Galileo's observation to formulate this law. But we call it as a Newton's law of motion because Newton didn't just limit himself to this single law. He also gave two more laws which deal with the study of non-uniform motion. He didn't just limit himself to the law or study of uniform motion. He made more merits and he made more experiments and did more study and developed two more laws which deal with the study of non-uniform motion. So that is the main reason why we call this law as Newton's first law of motion. So now, okay, so this theory further proves that uh, that once a body that the natural tendency of body is basically opposing any change, like we've discussed before. If there is a book at rest, if there is a book at rest, it doesn't necessarily mean that no force is acting on that book. It may also be that balanced forces are acting on this book. So now we are going to study Newton's first law of motion in regards with balanced and unbalanced forces. This law can also be written as a body continues to be in a state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line until or unless an unbalanced, what do? We replace external force with unbalanced force until or unless an unbalanced force acts upon it. Like we've said before, obviously if something continues to be in motion or continues to be in state of rest, it doesn't necessarily mean that no force is acting on them. It could be that the forces that are acting on those bodies are balanced forces. So if we want to have a change in the state, obviously we need to supply an unbalanced force, and that is the reason why we also write this law as a body continues to be in state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line until or unless an unbalanced force act upon it. We've discussed this, that unbalanced force is a type of force which causes a change in motion of body or causes a change in state of a body. Also, This opposition, we have discussed about inertia as well. This opposition in change of state is called as inertia. So we can call this law as law of inertia as well. So law of inertia and Newton's first law are both the same laws. So with this we have concluded our topic of Newton's first law of motion.